Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Shri Ram Papa's low pitch. Papa's pitch. Uttana's on his pitch. Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai 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 Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai 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 Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om Swamiji. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Pranam, pranam. So,
Pranam Swamiji.
pranam, pranam, pranam. Yesterday, we were dwelling on getting more and more clarity on the word Samatvam Yoga Muchate. Equanimity is yoga. There is one more definition we talked, about yoga. You remember? Or forgotten?
Work is inner character efficiency.
Why everybody is keeping quiet?
Yoga, karmasu, kaushala.
One more dimension about yoga. How can we forget?
This abandoning all attachment, this
Evenness of mind.
Evenness of mind is called, Samatvam Yoga Muchate. There is one more sloga, giving some clarity about yoga. Everybody has forgotten. Elaborately we discussed.
Don't react immediately.
Don't react immediately.
That was yesterday, How to keep up equanimity. Then for that we were telling, Puja Swami Sachidanandaji always used to say, never react immediately, so that in the shortest possible time you are to yourself before you ensure that you are out. But there is one more dimension which is very, very important for our day-to-day life. Think. People who are sitting before me, they have brought it out.
To erase the me and mine?
Pardon?
To erase the me and mine.
The sloka is Bugdi yukto jahadiha ubhe sukrita dushkrite tasmat yogaya yujyasya yoga karma sukaushalam. Yoga is efficiency in action, dexterity in action. Do you remember now?
Yes.
Because this is very, very important. During the chanting time, we are trying to remember him who is within us. During the non-chanting time, how do we remember him? Right from the moment we get up till we retire to bed, whatever work we are doing, whatever things we handle, whatever we talk, whatever we think, we have been asked to bring in this dimension. Efficiency in action, perfection in action, dexterity in action. Right from the tiniest to the grossest. Efficiency, that means whole-souled attention, perfection. Even in the 12th chapter, when he defines who is my real devotee, who is my dearest devotee, the Lord explains, Anapeksha Shujihi Dakshaha. Daksha means perfection. Whatever we do, even if we are sweeping, even if we are drying a cloth, even when we are cooking, when we are cleaning the house, when we take up a project in the office, when we execute, when we administer an organization, anything we handle, when we write a letter, what is required is this perfection. Only when we do it perfectly, there is an inexplicable joy welling up in our hearts. Suppose we draft a letter. When we draft a letter, suppose the idea has been conveyed in the manner in which it should be conveyed, you get a satisfaction, you get a feeling. Whenever you execute a particular project, so whenever we do that, what is to be brought in is perfection, perfection, perfection. Otherwise, what happens is life goes on. And what happens? We become a good worker in everybody's eyes. But after the retirement, we become miserable. So Bhagavan says, in all that you do, suppose you cultivate another dimension, outer productive efficiency and inner character efficiency. This is called Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. Both these dimensions, normally we are carried away by this productive efficiency. You may be an efficient manager, you may be an efficient mechanic, efficient engineer. You may be bringing out productivity. You may be getting an applause, reward, appreciation, recognition, everything from outside. But what has happened to you inward? He says, what has happened to the human being? He or she has been a good worker, but he or she has become a broken person after years of productive efficiency. Work has done no good to the worker except his salary or whatever creature comforts could come out of that salary. What about the inner life of the worker? Is he or she rich within, peaceful, fulfilled? In this way, Sri Krishna defines the yoga taught in the Gita as a double efficiency. Productive work efficiency and inward personal or character efficiency. These must go side by side. Don't separate these two. By the same work, if one can achieve two great things, how much greater will be our profit? In other words, whatever work we do, we treat it as an offering back to Him. In front of us there may be a family, in front of us there may be an employer or a company, in front of us there may be a society, but Normally we think we are serving the family, we are serving the company, we are serving the society. No. We are offering. When you offer something to an adorable person or a deity, you do it with a sense of dedication. You will not do like this, you will give only like this. So that sense of dedication is the one which promotes inner character efficiency. Every time we bring in this concept of dedication, paying back. When we came to this world, we did not bring anything. Whatever we are enjoying, whatever the basic necessities for our very existence, both are provided by God, the great provider, through Mother Nature and society. So He has given us has assigned us a particular job, like a family being or a professional being or a social being. So whatever we do it with perfection and as an act of dedication to Him. In front of us there is no family, in front of us there is no employer, in front of us there is no society, in front of us there is only Him. Him in the form of family, Him in the form of company, Him in the form of society. So we try to do everything in a with a sense of dedication. So he says, so many thousands of years ago, he developed a philosophy where efficiency gets a double dimension, where quantity and quality go together. Are those who work sufficiently peaceful? When they live at peace with each other, can they live at peace with each other? This is the yardstick. At home, whether there is harmony. In the workplace, is there any harmony? With our friends, is there any harmony? This is the touchstone. This is a very, very important point for all of us, even for retired people. Every time when we do, right from the tiniest to the grossest, if this dimension is there, not only that we are happy and peaceful, we will be able to radiate peace and joy to all those with whom we come in contact with. So the concept of personality efficiency, inward efficiency, is very much needed in all parts of the world today. This special declaration, Yoga Karma Sukhaushalam, is a unique type of definition of man's spiritual life, not opposed to man's worldly life. It goes simultaneously. But comprehending both of them. Yoga of the Gita comprehends both dimensions of human life, outer life and inner life. Outer life of work, inner life of inward development. Gita does not make a gulf between one's secular life and spiritual life. The gulf has been bridged by Sri Krishna ages ago. So this definition will appeal to every thinking mind, to every rational mind, to agnostics, even to atheists who are afraid of the world, religion or spirituality. There is no religion in this by way of dogma and ritual in the normal sense of the term. It is a comprehensive philosophy of life, philosophy and spirituality of life that one gets from yoga. It is meant for every human being. Let us, Sri Krishna says, be yogis. Sri Krishna is whispering to everybody, be a yogi. Immediately, many of us may come to the wrong conclusion. To be a yogi, we must be a special kind of people, some magic, some miracle, this and that must be there to the yogis. Sri Krishna says, no, I don't mean any of that. I mean the most normal life with an added depth into it. You are living, you are working. You are dealing with others. And in all this, you are also shaping your mind and heart, trying to manifest the divine spark that is within you. When as a boss, when you handle the subordinates, as a colleague, when you handle with your boss and colleagues, co-colleagues, as a husband to the wife, wife to the husband, father to the children, children to the father. In all spheres, as a member of the society, as a resident, and then to the president or the secretary, or as a president or secretary to the members of the society. In all these planes, we should ensure that along with outer productive efficiency, there must be this inner development. Peaceful. We have many a time shared this anecdote, but for the sake of those who are new, we will again repeat. Many decades ago, when we were working in the plantation sector, so sometime during 70s, there was a revision of minimum wages to the laborers. At that time, the coffee produce, which had to be pooled to government only through coffee board, they were giving a meager amount for the produce. So it was very difficult to make both ends meet for big growers and small growers. So the great conflict arose between the employer and the employees because it was becoming a very big problem. The government deputed the the Labour Commissioner of Kerala to convene a conciliation meeting where the representatives of the growers, coffee growers, and the representatives of the unions, labor unions, they were called. Things were going on smoothly, item by item they were taking it up. Suddenly some union leader said, we don't want to hear anything, we want a hike. So the growers' representative said, it can be proportionate only to the income we get. Suddenly one planter got up and said, we will not be able to do it. Then the whole situation changed. Then they also challenged. Then the challenging was going on, bitter words were expressed. So many things, utter confusion. One grower, he got up, he said, please keep quiet. We have come here to find a solution. We have not come here to fight each other. Both are right. I also represent a grower. But I equally understand that this industry is labor-oriented. Without laborers, we cannot manage the industry. Without an estate, labor cannot exist also. So we are all interconnected, interdependent. Let us start our discussion on that basis. And there is a general, cost of living index is going up and up. So it is natural for the laborer to feel that he must get more. And as unions, you are right in bringing up to the attention of the government. But what we are placing before you is, we are prepared to give the hike. But at the same time, government should ensure that we get a good price. If we don't get a good price, how are we to do it? All the statistics are with the government. Cost of production of a particular kilo of a coffee they have. And what is the productivity of an average grower? That also they have. Total ton production divided by the total number of acreage will give them per acre. And with that, will he be able to give? Cost of production is also worked out by the government. So when he said, we are not fighting each other. We are trying to find a midway where the union demand also has to be met with. At the same time, the interests of the growers are also to be taken care of. When he presented it in a passive in a passive manner, the whole situation became peaceful, calm. Everybody kept quiet. So the union leaders you are not against any hike. We are not at all against any hike. When he made that emphatically clear, then he said, yes, what can we do? What should we do? We will also join in the agitation for getting more. See, the whole thing got changed. Why we remember, that person, grower, presented everything in a way, we need this. At the same time, to be humane. If you become one-sided, the solution will not be there. If you want a permanent solution, we should have a comprehensive idea about the whole picture, and the government should do what they can, and we on our part will do our part. So there is an even-mindedness. It's not merely, to somehow get the things done. So inner productive efficiency, outer character efficiency. When this character efficiency was brought in, everything became cool and calm. And the problem was solved. They were given a small hike, and they said they will also wait. And then it was an ad hoc interim relief. Everything the meeting dispersed peacefully. Everybody became aware of the problem of each other. The way in which he represented, how did he get this? Because he is a balanced person. He was in a position to appreciate both. Though he belonged to the growers category, he was able to lend a ear, and after the meeting was over, he called and said, while we present such a thing, we should be very careful. We should not, it is not a place where we have to show our strength. It is a place we become humane. They have got a genuine demand. Ours is also genuine, but we will try to find a midway. So by presenting this, the humaneness, inward efficiency means becoming, in our language, humane. We try to bring this dimension always. That means we are not thinking about me to me. We are thinking about me to we. So when this dimension takes place, even after the work spot, even after we come back from the workplace, we will be happy. Because this humaneness dominates our thinking. So outer productive efficiency we get from the expertise, from experience, from our probing nature, from our retention of memory nature. So many factors are there. We grasp quickly, we observe keenly. All these are the inputs for outer productive efficiency. Inner productive efficiency, just in our language, let us become humane. Not to think about me and mine. We are thinking about a broader aspect. And the moment we think about everything in a broader aspect, we can see the difference. For example, when somebody does something noble, the moment you hear, the moment you observe, what a joy comes to your mind. You are driving the car, suddenly a cat or a puppy crosses the road, you find somebody immediately rushing up and rescuing the cat and leaving it on the other side, what will be your mindset at that time? Just think about it. Somebody saving somebody, somebody helping somebody. That is humane. The sense, the humaneness that gives us something, an inexplicable joy. We may not be able to explain it, what exactly it is, but it is joyous. We are expanding, broader. So Lord Krishna wants, not only we should improve. So when I do more work in my company, suppose I have the feeling that the company takes care of the interests of the employees, company takes care of the employer, company takes care of the customer, I am doing my part. You see the difference between just wage earner concept. That means not merely thinking about our rights, thinking also about our duties. Rights also you can represent in a way in which you can convince them. But duty is far more important. Duty precedes right. Because the establishment should be there for me to exist. So my first consideration is the establishment should be there. Next comes my right. So the duty consciousness, we can name it as the inward character efficiency. Like that, when we go deeper and deeper into it, we will be able to understand that the outer productive efficiency and the inner character efficiency, both are needed. This is what Lord Krishna says. Today, it is the Krishnashtami. I don't know whether you all celebrate it today or tomorrow. In Kerala, Krishnashtami is celebrated today. And we remember, can you get an old Divine Life, that red book? Is that it? Or Divine Life? So on this auspicious day, this avatar, Krishna avatar, what comes out of our mind is the importance of Gita. So in Gita, he says in the second chapter that you should develop this. So on this particular day, when we remember the Yogeshwara Krishna, he is the apex of yoga, apex authority. Appellate authority, we say he is the topmost. He is the one who gives us this. He says, whenever you act, you bring in this dimension. Outer productive efficiency and inner character efficiency. And Krishna had earlier said, even a little of it is good. Whatever we do, we may not be able to do 100% because we have not thought about this. We were only concentrating upon the outer productive efficiency. It is something like, as you get suddenly 25 people you have invited, 50 people have attended the program. You have to immediately prepare more rice, more sambar, more eatable items. But while preparing, are you merely thinking about the quantity produced? You are also inwardly ensuring that the same taste is there. The concern for others. One more example comes to us. When Puja Swamiji dropped the body, and on the 16th day, there was a big function here. Must be about 8,000 to 10,000 people were fed on that day. We were busy with so many things. Suddenly, one of the people who were serving came and whispered, Vada has gone out of stock. Vada we have prepared. Can we go and get vada from vegetarian hotel in the Kanhangad without making any publicity? We immediately said, go ahead. Because what the joy came, his anxiety to give vada, it was given to everybody, but they don't want somebody to be denied of this vada. No? Not that anybody is going to question. That inner humaneness, the expansion, it is still in our mind. So these are all some of the ways by which we are reminded by him. A few words about Lord Krishna today, Papa beautifully mentioned. Krishna, thou adored ideal of millions in India, in the world, thou the embodiment of immortal love, light and bliss, all hail, all hail, all hail. Thy enchanting beauty ravishes and intoxicates the hearts of thy devotees. The enthralling music of thy flute casts a never-ceasing spell on those blessed ones who lend an ear to it. Thy sport and dance awaken thrills of ecstasy in every fiber of the being who witnesses them. Splendor radiates from their eyes, from thy eyes. Love smiles on thy face. Wisdom flows from your lips. Oh no. I think for a moment we will all break. All of us can go there. Small Krishnas have come. We were reading about Krishna, We let us encourage them. Please hold on for 5-10 minutes.
Okay, Swamiji.
Camera ready.
This is Facebook. Thanks. बहुत अच्छा है, देखने से हट करना चाहिए, ऐसा लगता है।
एक दिन पहनो ना तो।
हाँ, ठीक है, देखिए। हाँ।
ഇറങ്ങുന്നു ഇവിടെ ഇറങ്ങുന്നു അപ്പുറം ഇറങ്ങുന്നു ഇതാകുമ്പോ കയ്യാ അവിടെ ഇറങ്ങും
Fish daughter, chef.
Hello. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna. Shari. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
സിനിമ പാട്ടിൻ്റെ അപ്പോൾ ശരിയാ.
Animation.
അറിയോ അറിയോ ആ അതെ തുല്യ Swami. Swamiji?
Can you show them?
I can show them, Swamiji.
Not now.
Then I can show them, Swamiji, now also.
wonderful sight. So many tiny tots they have been dressed like Lord Krishna. You see the timing. We started reading about Krishna. Papa's words. Exactly at that time, Krishna comes to us in different forms. So Papa says, Papa says, O Krishna, thou adored ideals of millions in India and the world, thou the embodiment of immortal love, light and bliss, all hail to thee. Thy enchanting beauty ravishes and intoxicates the hearts of thy devotees. The enthralling music of thy flute casts a never-ceasing spell of those blessed ones who lend an ear to it. The music is going on, provided we hear. The music is going on, we will hear only provided we lend a ear to it. That means that the moment you think about him, we can feel his presence. That is what is meant. Thy sport and dance awaken thrills of ecstasy in every fiber of the field who witnesses them. Splendor radiates from thy eyes. Love smiles on thy face. Wisdom flows from thy lips. Thou almighty refuge of the weak, thou savior of the woe-stricken world, all glory be to thee. The song of songs, the Gita, the priceless essence of the highest truth of life, the acme of thought, the summit of spiritual experience, nay, the great reality itself manifest in word, saves, redeems, immortalizes every soul who draws inspiration from it and meditates on thee and offers himself or herself entirely to thee. Thou resplendent being, thou God in human and universal form, may thy infinite light ever shine on the world. May thy infinite love ever dwell in the breast of every being. May thy infinite bliss and grace ever pour on all mankind. Thy song of songs, the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, the priceless essence of the highest truth of life, the acme of thought, the summit of spiritual experience, nay, the great reality itself manifest in words, saves, redeems, immortalizes every soul who draws inspiration from it and meditates on thee and offers himself or herself entirely to thee. That is how Papa looks at the avatar of Lord Krishna and the words about Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are, at that time, realized that it was, we are nearing the Gokulashtami, but now we understand that Krishna wanted us to dwell on his teachings, the one which directly linked to our workaday life. One is yoga, samatvam yoga muchade. Equanimity is yoga, and the second is yoga karma kaushala. So we were discussing about the two efficiency, outer productive efficiency, inner character efficiency. This should be writ large in all our activities. Somehow we try to, it's a beautiful word. Samatvam yoga muchate, yoga karma kaushala. Even if we have not learned Sanskrit, but when these words were uttered by saints during their discourses. And when they elaborated the importance of these two slokas, it went directly to our heart. The essence of Gita is there, Even if we forget the 700 slokas, 698 slokas, if these two remain with us, that covers the entire thing. Because that will pave the way to travel through the 18 chapters or through the 698 slokas. So let us all try to not just merely hearing. These two, Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam and Samatvam Yoga Muchare, evenness of mind is yoga, and two types of efficiency we need. In karma, these two types of efficiency is needed. So he says, Sri Krishna had earlier said, even a little of it is good. We may not be able to implement the whole thing throughout our waking time. But even if a little, Srimad Bhagavad Gita gives a leverage, knowing our limitation, knowing our weaknesses, that knowing our lack of commitment. So it gives us some leverage. He says, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahado bhaya. Even if a little we practice, that will lead us to the ultimate. Even a little of it is good. If productive efficiency increases by 5% in India, we shall be taking leave of all the poverty and backwardness. Sri Krishna asked me to be a yogi. I can't be 100% yogi, so I will remain what I am. No. That is not the correct attitude. Become a yogi of 1%, 5%, as much as you can. All that is going to bring a lot of blessing to you and to your society. That truth we have to keep in view constantly. In both these, in an understandable language, we can say it is me to we. Instead of me to me, it is me to we. Expansion from of the individual, from the sense of individuality to a larger dimension. Me to we, not me to me. Again, suppose we move the essence of these two, we find that it is me to we, and then finally we to him. All that is going to bring a lot of blessings to you and to your society. That truth we have to keep in view constantly. Work hard, bring happiness and welfare to society through your work. This cannot be done by simply praying to God by performing the rituals. We have to do it. And then he says, practical Vedanta. That is the yoga of the Gita. You will get its confirmation when we study the last words of the Gita. Vivekananda returned to India after 4 years of successful work in the West. He set to organizing his nation-building, man-making work in India. The Ramakrishna Vivekananda movement. Just like the phrase you have in the Gita, Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam, he gave a similar brief motto. Motto is Atmano Mokshartam Jagat Hitayacha. For one's own liberation and for the welfare of the world. Combine work for the world with work for your own spiritual liberation. Combine work for the world with work for your own spiritual liberation. If the first part of the motto is not emphasized, we become used as a machine. And when the machine is old, it is thrown into a scrap heap. That will be our condition. That should not be. Atmano Moksha. You must become freer and freer. This cannot come unless you orient your work situation in this inward direction. Not merely a productive individual. A machine also is a productive unit. Some of the machines can do more work than you and I can do. When you cease to work also, you have some value within you. An intrinsic value. Raise the nation, raise the people to the highest level of human development. That is external work. While doing so, Atmano Moksha. Be free spiritually. Achieve your own spiritual perfection. This is the message you get in this definition of yoga by the Gita. Yoga is the theme of the whole Gita. According to Lokamanya Tilak, Gita Rahasya, the word yoga and its associates have come more than 80 times throughout the Gita. And toward the end of the Gita, Sanjaya also tells Dhritarashtra that it was my blessed privilege through Vyasa's grace to listen to the exposition of yoga by Yogeshwara Krishna himself. Also at the end of every chapter of the Gita, it is reiterated that it is an exposition of the science of yoga. Srimad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishnarjuna Samvade Sankhya Yoga Namas. So Dvidiyodhyaya. So thus in the Bhagavad Gita, it is an Upanishad taken out of Brahma Vidya in the science of yoga, in the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. Swamiji says, Swami Ranganathananda says, I wish to stress this point that the entire stress in the Gita is on man or woman at work. And how to utilize that work situation for one's own good and for the good of the world. A few verses later, Arjuna is going to ask this very question. What is the nature of the stability, the Satsang, and Krishna will answer him in very well-known verses which will close this second chapter. So the most important thing, Papa wanted all of us to remember intensely on the joyous occasion of the Lord Krishna's birthday. Lord Krishna was not born. He is eternal. But a form was born. The eternal Krishna is always there. But to make us know that he also took a human form. And that particular day we call it as the birthday. And there is a Puranic background, how it happened. Many of us, or most of us, would have gone through that. Let us all try to dwell on it and pray to him. Though you are nameless and formless, for the sake of all of us, you assumed a name and form, took an incarnation into this world, and to emphasize the need to lead a dharma-oriented life, a spiritual-oriented life, at the same time not neglecting our duties to our co-creations. Let us all think about it. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is called celestial song, because it is a manual for everybody's life. Vinobaji used to say, Gita is my mother, Gita I. Whenever I am in trouble, I go to her and she gives me the answer. So let us all go through such words, dwell deep on this particular joyous occasion and remember the two shlokas. I won't say sloga, it is the end of the sloga. Samatvam yoga muchyate, yoga karmasu kaushal. It will be the torchlight for our life. In everything we can check up whether it goes in line with these both. May He who prompted us to dwell on it intensely prompt us also from within to have the impact in our mind so that our thoughts, words and deeds carry the stamp or the essence of these two words. Hari Om. Anything more?
Even when we write our exam, there are two components. One is writing the answer correctly. The other is writing it neatly so that the teacher or corrector can understand. So both character efficiency and productive efficiency are involved, even in a small thing like writing an examination in the school.
Exactly. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I need not blame if I fail. Even if we write a letter, we should bear in mind the hearer or the reader. I should not think from my own level. I should also think about the reader's level, the hearer's level. Then only I have expanded. Otherwise, I have done my job, forget about it. But here it is not like that. When you write an exam, not only that it should be a correct one, but also to be presented in the way in which it is to be presented. Very nice example. Then, anything else?
You are not positively indifferent, you said. What is the substitute, is it?
Positively indifferent. Being
Positively indifferent. When certain things, as an aspirant, when God puts us through severe tests, where we find that we are not in a comfortable situation, how do we react? Instead of reacting, we can become udasin. We can become positively indifferent. That means we don't hear it, we don't take it in our heart, but at the same time, we don't harbor any ill will towards him. The negatively indifferent means I don't like him, I don't want to hear him. The other one is, I know he is under some illusion, so I will be sitting there, but I will not become involved. I will not take anything into my pocket. You become indifferent, you become udasina. In Bhagavad Gita, in 12th chapter, he says, Anapeksha, Suji, Daksha, Udasino Gatapyata, Sarvarpa Parityagi, Omat Bhaktasame Priya. So in all these things, these are all practical clues, not dictum, dogmas, philosophies to be preached and or heard. It is directly coming to our life. Whenever we hear something, whenever any comments made, we become positively indifferent. We are disinterested. That's the right word of translating Buddha. We feel disinterested in the topic. At the same time, we don't violently react, adversely react. That is not going to serve. So we become disinterested. We disconnect ourselves.
Don't react to that.
Hari Om. Anything else?
Yes, there are so many Gitas. Which Gita I have to select? Uddhava Gita or Ramana?
Srimad Bhagavad, all Gitas have got their own relevance in our spiritual life. But at the moment we can say Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Uddhava Gita has its own importance. Avadhuta Gita has also its own relevance and importance. But normally when we say Gita, what comes to our mind is the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, where he is addressing to the man on the field, not to a selected or branded people called spiritual aspirants. It is to the common man, to the common field, common life. Hari Om. More of it tomorrow.
just general. There is a general, just general.
More of it tomorrow. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.